And nope. Okay, not bad. Okay. Hi skincare lovers, welcome back to my channel. It has been a whirlwind for me. My parents were visiting in the last month and we have guests non-stop. And honestly, I haven't had any moments to myself to even breathe, let alone keeping up with my self-care ritual. So now life has gone back to normal. I am treating myself again to a full self-care reset. This isn't about products, but it's about showing up for myself again. If you are also feeling overwhelmed or stressed, I hope this video will inspire you to slow down and take just a little bit of a time every day to take care of yourself. So let's dive into this ritual together. My ritual usually include a shower and body care routine, a skincare routine, and a hair care routine. So let's start with the shower. I always start my shower routine with a hot shower. And I'm sure I'm not alone in this because I take very hot shower. You can say it's scorching hot, but I feel like that hot water can help wash not only the day away, but all of the stress that I was carrying. I know it's not good for your skin, not good for your hair, but it does what it does, right? So the girl gotta take what she wants. Going in for the shampooing, I am using Treecell Day Collagen Shampoo. This is a new shampoo that I has recently discovered and come to love so much. Even though it's a day shampoo, but I use it all the time, both morning and night. It has very, very pleasant scent. I think it's resemble like jasmine smell to me. That's why it's so calming. But it's also very good and gentle on my processed hair. It always leaves my hair with fluffy feeling and feather-like because my hair can get oily very fast. So I appreciate the shampoo that did all of the cleansing but leaving my hair soft like this. I don't know if you remember, I have just recently dyed my hair at home. So it is a little bit more damaged than my normal hair. That's why I have been enjoying the Treecell Forte Ampoule treatment from the same line that is specialized in treating extremely dry and damaged hair. I did not know that treatment was this good until my hair actually gone through some rough time recently. That's why I use this treatment every, I would say 3 days or so. It's super light. It came out as like water. It's not your typical conditioner or hair mask. It go on your hair and it turn warm, which is very interesting to me. Apparently that was a technology that Treecell has incorporating into this treatment to help all of the ingredients penetrate it deeper into your hair to revive it. And I can actually feel and tell the difference when I use the treatment compared to the other hair masks that I was using. So I think I'm gonna stick with this treatment a lot more from now on, at least until my hair is fully recovered. Now, while the treatment in my hair working, it's only take about 2 to 5 minutes. So it's not, you don't have to keep it in your hair for super long. During that time, I typically do the body wash with my new also discovery from Heveblue. And it's called, if I remember correctly, it was the Salmon Fruity Centella Body Wash. Oh my gosh, that was a long name, but it was a really good body wash, meaning it provides hydration. It smells really nice. It had a fruity scent, I would say almost. It doesn't smell like salmon or anything, not the name suggested. That's why it is quite calming for me, as well as very good for my skin, even though I'm taking a scorching hot water. That's one of the products that also help redeem the hydration on my skin. After I'm done washing my body, that's the time that I can wash off the treatment in my hair as well. So it does work out very well for me in this routine. I don't have to stand in the shower for too long, but also get the most effective hair treatment in there. Now, once everything is cleansed, I move on to the face cleanser. I don't wash my face when I still have hair products, just because I don't want it to get on my face and stay there without me knowing. So I always make sure to wash my hair treatment out as well as my body wash, just so I'm basically clean except for my face. That's when I go in with the face cleanser. And majority of the time, I would be using the Prequel Gleanser. It is a glycerin-based cleanser that is super gentle on your skin. Also fragrance-free, essential oil-free, super hydrating, I would say. If you are used to your typical cleanser that leaving your skin a little bit more squeaky clean, when you use this cleanser, you're probably gonna feel like there were stuff still on your face, but it's actually just the glycerin that was hydrating your face after you wash off the cleanser. And I can feel that I was leaving like a blanket of hydration on my skin, even though I just washed my face. I generally use this cleanser when I have maybe a couple layers of sunscreen, and especially during this time that my skin was more irritated, I did not want to really double cleanse when I don't have to. I always turn to this cleanser, even on days that I have maybe a little bit of blush, a little bit of lipstick. It's all it takes to wash everything away and keeping your skin barrier intact. Now, that's my in-shower routine. Once I get out, I will almost always, to moisturize my body, because as you remember, I took very hot shower, meaning it's gonna wash away most of the oil on my skin, leaving my skin feeling pretty dry and pretty tight. Currently, I'm also loving the body cream from the same line as the body wash that I was using, which is the Salmon Fruity Centella body cream. This is a thicker cream that has that same fruity smell, but also incredibly calming on your skin because it also have the salmon PDRN that is such a viral ingredient right now. But I mean, that was a little bit more on the secondary concern for me in a body cleanser. A body cleanser I need is to provide me with enough hydration. Doesn't say too sticky. This body cream is still a little bit sticky, but it's not at the level where I'm like, I want to wash it out right away, because I know my body needed that thick cream after such a long washing time. I also forgot to mention that in this body cream, it's also had metacasticide, panthenol, and all of the other calming supporting ingredient for your skin. So if you have a somewhat more compromised skin or a more sensitive skin, I think this body cream gonna be a pretty good option for you. Keep in mind it does have fragrance, so maybe just take a look at the ingredient list and see if that works for you, but I'm loving this cream at the moment. Now, we are getting to the part where I actually enjoyed the most, which is the skincare part. And honestly, with all of the work, the stress, the busyness, my skin has been freaking out quite a bit. And you can see right here, I have been breaking out quite a bit here. And one has decided to show up yesterday to join the party today. I have been focusing on treating my acne as well as calming down my skin. It doesn't go away overnight, but it's still making me quite uneasy, even though I told you before that treating acne does take time. So I always have to tell myself to slow down, treat the acne, but also gotta provide barrier support for my skin. And that's why the routine today, we're gonna focus on calming the skin. So right now for my calming, soothing routine, I try to keep all of the products fragrance free and essential oil free, but also very sensitive skin friendly, which means it had somewhat a minimal ingredient list to avoid further irritation. So let's go through it. My skin is feeling a little bit tight, so I need to get on with the toner, which is this is the Roundlab Dokdo toner. It is also one of the Korean's most viral toner. I have been enjoying this quite a bit. It has a very runny, watery texture, but also incredibly hydrating with a very short ingredient list. I always trust this toner whenever I break out or my skin got very, very sensitive. Here. I can feel an instant hydration right now because my skin has been a little bit dry since I got out of the shower. And it's almost gone. So I usually do about 2 to 3 layers. But I can feel my skin coming back to life with this toner. I can't say enough good thing about it. I have, I think, a half liter backup of this toner in the drawer. I do not want to go without this toner like ever. So now that I'm done with the toner, you can see my skin is somewhat coming back to life. I am adding another layer for calming, and it is one of my favorite products that I have talked about before. That is the Skin 104 Centella Ampoule. I also almost always trust this product when I break out. I am very generous. I'm very generous with this ampoule because it had a lighter serum consistency, so I use it almost as a toner. Another layer of this to add in that calming, soothing effect. I can already feel my skin loving this so much. This literally my joy. This is why I do the skincare routine. And it takes very long. Sometimes it's cause some irritation for some people because I do take my time with it. But this is my me time. Alright, now I think my skin is pretty good. I'm gonna go in with a sheet mask because I want to have a somewhat damp skin, but also this is to set the state for the sheet mask. Basically, it's gonna perform better when you have damp skin, but also a little bit of toner on your face to help with the product absorption instead of just apply the sheet mask on a dry face. And today I am using this Dear Claire Rich Moist Soothing Tencel Sheet Mask. I have discovered this, I think, last year when I was also breaking out with same acne. It's just the story of my life. I break out so often, and now that I test more products, I break out a little bit more. So I've been using this one. It has ceramide for calming. It also have like aloe, centella, basically all of the calming ingredients for your skin. It's in the Tencel, I would say, material. It looks almost like gauze, and there are a lot of serum, not to the point where it's dripping down, but this sheet mask doesn't have any extra paper that holding or separating the pieces, so it does look a little bit messy when I apply it. So pardon me, and please stay with me just for a second while I'm figuring out this sheet mask. I always struggle with this one, as you can see. So this is the first piece. And let's see if I can figure this out a little bit faster. Okay, nope, not happening even in this one. It's a real struggle every time, guys. I think this side is pretty good. This side is not very good. Let me fix it real quick. Okay, hold on. I should not have taken out both pieces, but I'm just going with the flow right now. Okay, so I got my first piece on. This is my second piece. I think it's gonna go a little bit easier. And nope. Okay, not bad. Okay. This is how it applies. It does it a little bit big, not entirely big, but all of the, you know, the eyes area is a little bit bigger than the other sheet mask, so it takes a little bit of time. And I'll just take all of the serum left in my hand and put it on my neck. So now this sheet mask is gonna take about 15 minutes to work. I'm gonna do my hair care routine while we wait, just so we save time, because let's be real, after a full day, you do your self-care routine, you want to go to bed almost as soon as possible. So we're gonna do 2 in 1. Let's go with this hair care routine right now. So this is my hair without any treatment. It's still pretty tangled even with that treatment that I had in the shower. So I'm gonna go in with the Bumble Heat Protective Primer. This helps to protect my hair from the heat from the hair dryer. So, and you notice even though it is in a pump format, I don't spray directly on my hair just because I want to avoid any excess product to land on my face. That's why I use the palm of my hand to kind of spread it and apply to the hair. But also I always try to remember to not rub my hair together too much, because when your hair is wet, it is more fragile to breakage, and I try to avoid doing that. So we're just gonna squeeze the hair. Now this is also a product from Korea. It's from No Wash Water Ampoule Treatment. This is also a new product that I discovered recently and come to love, because it can detangle the hair like magic. I can show you right now with the hair, and you don't need a lot. With this one, I do have to spray on the hair, so I try to make it go away from my face. And that's pretty much how much I would need for my hair, and I just kind of work it in. And you can already see that I can comb through my hair pretty easily with no real like knots or anything like that. That's why I love that spray so much. It doesn't add a lot of heaviness to my hair while detangle it super well. Okay, now for the final product, I always have to lock in the hydration for the hair, because your hair also needs hydration just like the rest of your body or your face. And I'm using Treecell again. As you can tell, this is becoming one of my favorite brand or hair care brand. It somewhat, I wouldn't say it's a lightweight oil. I also don't need a lot, so about that much. It spreads super well on the hair. As long as you don't go overboard with the oil, it shouldn't be weighing down your hair at all. And I think it's true for most of the hair oil out there. But it does add shine, add hydration, add in nourishment because it's had, I think, 9 types of oil. I think that's what my hair needs. So, alright. So that was my super quick hair care products. I don't apply it on near my scalp at UC because my scalp does produce a lot of oil. I do not want products to get on there. I focus more on the mid-length to the end of my hair. Now let's go blow dry it. And just a quick brush through. And this is my hair right now. It does look a lot better and a lot healthier. Alright, I think about 10 minutes has passed since I applied the face mask. So let's take it down. So I took out the face mask. It had very thick serum, but it doesn't come out, so it's not as much as the other mask, but still incredibly hydrating. Let me do that. There are still a little bit of serum in here, so I'll probably save it for tomorrow routine. I do not want to waste anything, so this will go back to my table for now. Alright, let's tap in the rest of the serum on the face. I do have a very dry patch around my mouth area right now. For some reason, I got a very bad irritation around my lip, like lower lip, but I have no idea what really caused it. I suspect it's one of the new lipstick that I got, but right now I have no clue. I'm still trying to heal this part along with all of the breakout. Alright, now we're gonna go in with a somewhat lightweight moisturizer, and I also just raved about this moisturizer very recently. And it is the McPram Inteca Soothing Cream. This has now become a very indispensable product for me when my skin is irritated. As you can see, it has a medium weight texture, doesn't really run down or anything. I just do a couple of dots right there. Don't forget your neck. I basically drag everything down from the face onto the neck, just to also take care of the neck a little bit. Alright, I think it's giving me a little bit of a glow. That was also from the sheet mask. It is a little bit tacky, but I don't mind it for a nighttime routine because I'm just gonna go to bed anyways. I'm forgetting one step, which is the eye cream. I know a lot of people don't care for eye cream, but my eyes are quite sensitive. If I use the general stuff that I use on my face near my eyes, it's gonna either develop amelia or it's just gonna develop rashes, which that was even worse. So I invest in eye cream. And the one I'm currently loving is also from Skin 104. This is the Probiotica Bakuchiyo Eye Cream. It has very good anti-aging benefit from the Bakuchiyo. And you do notice there is the silicone applicator tip. And the reason why I do not use it is I irritated my eyes with that tip. When I try to roll over, even though the cream is very creamy and glide very easily, but for some reason it doesn't really sink in with that applicator. And when I press a little bit hard on this area here, well, I didn't mean to, my eyes started to feel a little bit of pain. That's why I didn't like it. I prefer my fingers anyway, so I always do that. Oh, did I mention that applicator tip can come off too? So technically I should take it off if I don't use it, but I'm too lazy. So that's stay for now. Anyway, so this absorbs very beautifully, and it is a thicker eye cream that you can use mostly at night if you don't have too dry of an eyes area. But I use it both day and night just because I have a drier skin and I enjoy it so much. So give it a try if you haven't found a favorite eye cream. Alright, now to lock in all of the hydration, I always use my most trusted moisturizer, which is the La Roche-Posay Cicablast B5 Balm. And you can see it's in 2 pieces because I'm reaching the end of the tube. I couldn't get anything out anymore, so I cut it in half, and inside there was still a lot. So it probably lasts me for another week. I'm not about to waste anything in this economy right now. So this is a lifesaver hack if you don't know. This is a very thick cream, as you can see, and it's quite pasty white. But I think I learned somewhere on the internet that you can apply this cream a lot easier if you want warm it up on the back of your hand, basically. And then I just do this. It's not very elegant, but I'm just doing my routine right now. I'm showing you for real what I'm using. Okay. It's gonna look a little bit white, but just trust in the process. Oh, there's one tip to help blend out the cream a lot easier is instead of spreading like this, you can do light tap. And I noticed that helped the cream to disperse a little bit faster, but also the white cast went away a little bit faster as well. So I can do that. And then I'll apply the rest of the cream on the back of my hand to my face as well. And focusing a little bit more around the breakout area. All right. I literally can't see, so I hope I don't miss a spot. And as I mentioned, I am breaking out right now, so you can see some active breakouts, and I do have a spot treatment. It is the hair spot treatment that I always use in almost any time I break out. It is a very light cream that you put it on the spot. It's basically disappeared. It contains I think topical ibuprofen to help with the anti-inflammatory of your pimple. So I do notice it's quite helpful, but it does take a little bit of time. It's not a miracle cure overnight, but it does work and I like it. So okay. Just a heads up, with that many layers, like myself, it does peel a little bit. The Cicablast doesn't have the greatest texture. So if you do that during the day, just be mindful that it might peel under your sunscreen. I still do the same routine during the day when my skin breaks out anyway. So yeah, I deal with the peeling, no problem at all. As long as my skin is soothed, calm, I'm happy. So that's it for my full self-care ritual after weeks of chaos. I know it's easy to put yourself last when life gets so busy, but remember, small moments like this can help us feel loved and pampered again. Let me know in the comment down below what's your favorite things to do to decompress after a stressful week. Thank you for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed the video, give me a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!